Wheeler, can you test the sound on YouTube?
Say that again.
Will you test the sound on YouTube?
Okay.
It
Yeah.
should go through. Let me just a minute.
Hopefully just our responses right there.
Wheeler, can you test the sound on YouTube?
Yep, it worked. Say that again.
Will you test the Thank you.
Hey, Commissioner Clemente and Commissioner Lopez, if you need help with your backgrounds, just let me know. It looked as if both of you had different backgrounds. Um, Commissioner Clemente, if you click on the video and then click the up button, you'll go to video settings,
On the video, let me see.
and then you'll be able to take the toggle for HD video and move it to the right. And that way it won't have black bars on the side of your screen.
Okay, I'm trying to see where is the video button.
Just in the lower left-hand corner of your Zoom screen, you should see
Uh-huh.
the video, and then there's an
Where
upward
where
arrow.
it says stop video?
There's an up, yeah, right there. Just click the little tiny carrot that goes that points up, and then click video settings. And then you can click on HD video.
What am I doing? Let's see. I'm on my phone, so on the
Okay,
on
it
fish
might be a
phone.
little more difficult, but if no worries, it looks fine. Just wanted to see if you could make everybody's uniform, but yours looks good.
Correct.
No problem.
Background and effects, right?
You would just go to video settings, that's all, not effects.
Vi video filters.
It's okay. You can, it looked right the first time. It was just some extra tweaking, but it looked fine.
Okay, are you sure?
Yes,
I
yes.
apologize.
No problem, no problem.
I'm gonna put it back in video and you tell me if it looks okay.
Yeah, it looks fine.
Perfect. Okay.
Hello. Is it working?
I can hear you loud and clear, Commissioner Fulfer. Good
I
afternoon.
can,
How are
I
y'all
can-
today?
hi, Commissioner Fulfer. Hi, Commissioner Witt, Commissioner Lopez, and I think Commissioner Clemente.
Yes, I'm here.
I don't see our chair. Mr. Chair, are you there?
Commissioner Hickey, that doesn't look like a boat.
No, I came back yesterday just for you. Just how's your neck of the woods? Are you having great weather?
It's been hot, way hot.
Mhm.
Need to be up there where Commissioner Lopez is. They're getting all the rain up there.
I know we got some in Santa Fe. How about in TA, Commissioner Lopez? Yep. I think he's eating his lunch. How about you, Commissioner Witt?
Yeah, it's been cooling things off here in Albuquerque a bit.
Ah, I think there are some technical issues going on with some of our commissioners. And that's the delay. It's a technical connection. So I'm going to go off for just a minute.
Good afternoon, everyone. I apologize. The chair is actually having significant difficulty getting connected. I'm not 100% sure why. Probably has to do with his location. I have him on speakerphone here. Richard, you want to say hi? So, Sharon, I don't know if you're prepared to kind of walk us through the agenda, and then we'll do the best we can while Richard continues to fight the good fight on the technology side.
Okay, well then let's get started. Thank you, Director Sloan. Thank you, Chair Stump, we're going to go ahead and start today's meeting. This is Thursday, August 28th. The New Mexico State Game Commission and the New Mexico Department of Game and Fish. It's very nice to see all of you, hear some of you. Thank you, Chair Stump. We know you're with us and hopefully we'll get to see you soon. So beginning with agenda item number 1, this meeting is called to order. Director Sloan, can you please take roll call?
Commissioner Witt,
Here.
Commissioner Lopez,
Here, virtually.
Commissioner Fulfer,
Here.
Commissioner Clemente,
Present.
Vice Chair Salazar Hickey,
Here.
and Chair Stump. All right, you have a quorum.
Very good. Chair Stump, I believe you wanted to introduce guests.
Actually, Commissioner Hickey, I was going to introduce Commissioner and Director. I don't know that we have very many guests online. Maybe you can answer that question.
It appears that there are 19 participants, including the game commissioners and Paul and I. So if you want, we can go through all of them or just introduce those folks that are kind of here. Whichever is your preference.
Well, if it's only 19, including all of us, let's just go ahead and go through it. Go ahead, Commissioner Hickey.
Okay. I take it that means we'll just go ahead and proceed with the next agenda item, which is approval of the agenda. It's an action item. Do we have any discussion? Do we have a motion to approve the agenda?
I so move to approve the agenda as presented.
Second.
Director Sloan, can we just vote unanimous? Can we just do a vote or do we have to do a roll call vote?
Because we're online, we'll have to do roll call votes. So I'll call the roll. Commissioner Witt,
Yes.
Commissioner Lopez,
Yes.
Commissioner Fulfer,
Yes.
Commissioner Clemente,
Yes.
Vice Chair Salazar Hickey,
Yes.
Chair Stump.
Yes.
Motion passes.
Thank you, Director. Thank you, Commissioners. Our next agenda item is the approval of minutes from the August 15th, 2025 meeting. It's an action item. Do we have any discussion on the minutes? Okay. Do I have a motion to approve the minutes?
Motion to approve the minutes as presented on the agenda, Madam Vice Chair.
Second.
Thank you. Thank you, Commissioners Lopez and Fulfer. Director, can we have a vote, please?
Commissioner Witt,
Yes.
Commissioner Lopez,
Yes.
Commissioner Fulfer,
Yes.
Commissioner Clemente,
Yes.
Vice Chair Salazar Hickey,
Yes.
Chair Stump.
Yes.
Motion passes.
Thank you, Director and Commissioners. Let's move on to the next agenda item, which is approval of the fiscal year 2027 budget proposal. It's an action item. We look forward to hearing from Department Chief Paul Varela.
Good afternoon. I'm just waiting for Wheeler to share my camera. Good afternoon, Commissioners. Can you all see the slideshow?
Yes, we
Yes.
can.
Okay. Agenda item number 6, the department is seeking fiscal 27 budget proposal approval. I'd like to start by discussing the budget process and timeline. During July and August, the department prepares the budget for the following fiscal year based on direction provided by the governor's office. This year, the governor's office directed most agencies to maintain a flat budget. However, because we are an enterprise agency, we received permission to ask for a 3% increase for inflationary costs. By the end of this meeting, we hope to get it approved by the State Game Commission. During the months of September and December, the budget request is submitted to DFA and LFC on September 1st, which is a statutory requirement. The budget request is analyzed by DFA and LFC during that time. And preliminary hearings are heard during the fall, usually in September and October. During January and March, final DFA and LFC recommendations are made. That usually occurs at the beginning of January. Then all three entities, DFA, LFC, and the department, analyze the differences in the recommendations and compare the results. There will be, once the legislative session convenes, there are hearings held at the House Appropriation and Finance Committee and the Senate Finance Committee. Some changes are made if directed by one of those committees, but the budget makes its way into House Bill 2 and eventually becomes law and is approved by the governor. During April and June, once the budget is approved by the governor's office, we begin preparing our operating budget, which is statutorily required to be submitted by May 1st. This next slide is informational. It describes the overall department budget. The department has 4 main categories in which we budget. The 200 category, which is personnel services and employee benefits. This includes things like salaries, retirement, FICA, insurance, etc. The 300 category is contractual services. This is mainly professional service contracts contracted to other entities that provide services to the department. The 400 category is the other category. These are all the other things that we buy, such as tangible goods, maintenance, software, fish feed, fuel, land improvements, and advertising. And the final category is the 500 category. This is other financing uses, which is transfers to other agencies. The only agency that we transfer to is the Office of the State Engineer, which is for Ute Lake and for Eagle Nest Dam. This next slide describes our funding sources for the department. There are 9 funds for the department. 8 of them are statutorily protected. There's only 1 fund that is not, and that is the Trail Safety Fund. The 2 biggest funds, which are mostly described in our audit, is the Game Protection Fund and the Big Game Enhancement Fund. Beginning in fiscal year 2025, we received money from the Land of Enchantment Legacy Fund. In 2025, we received $2.75 million. In 2026, we received $3.15 million. And this year in 2027, we anticipate we'll receive the same amount of funding. And so we incorporated that into our fiscal year 2027 budget request. The department also receives federal funding from the Pittman-Robertson Act and the Dingell-Johnson Act. The Pittman-Robertson Act is excise taxes on firearms and ammo. And the Dingell-Johnson Act is excise tax on boating and fishing tackle. This next slide describes the overall department budget. For fiscal year 2026, our budget is at $58.4 million. 2/3 of our annual revenue comes from license sales. 1/3 of our annual revenue comes from federal grants. 57% of our annual budget is personal services and employee benefits, and 43% is for contractual services and other costs or tangible goods. So I'll get into our fiscal year 2027 budget request. The department is requesting $59.9 million, which is approximately $1.5 million higher than our fiscal year 2026 operating budget. I'd like to also mention that our department is broken up into 4 programs. Our first program is the Field Operations Program. We also have our second program, which is Conservation Services, which is our largest program. The third program is our Depredation and Nuisance Abatement Program, and the fourth is our program support. So as you can see in the slide, our department budget supports 320 FTE, which are full-time employees. The total budget is 59.9 million, which we are requesting. There's 33.3 million in personal services, 5 million in contractual services, 21.3 million in other costs, and 182,300 in other financing costs. As I mentioned earlier, we are receiving money from the Land of Enchantment Legacy Fund, which the department has committed to use on the species of greatest conservation need. The total budget included in fiscal year 2027 is 3.315 million. 565,000 of that is in personal services, 1 million is in contractual services, and 1.75 million is in other costs. These next few slides, I'll describe our budget request by division. The first division is a Wildlife Management Division. The Wildlife Management Division focuses on statewide habitat restoration, wildlife research, management, restoration, and also provides access for hunting and fishing to approximately 7 million acres of state trust lands. This budget supports 60.5 FTE. The total budget is 14.7 million. 6 million of that is personal services, 1.8 million is contractual services, and 6.8 million is in other costs. The next division is our Fisheries Management Division, which is responsible for oversight and angler satisfaction. It's also research and management of our hatchery operations. There are 6 hatcheries spread throughout the state. This budget supports 67.5 full-time equivalents. The total budget is 11.4 million, 6.3 million in personal services, 1 million in contractual services, 3.8 million in other costs, and 182,300, which I mentioned before, is a transfer to the Office of the State Engineer. The next division is our Information and Education Division. It has 3 sections that oversee our department's marketing, advertising, and media relations. It also includes the Information Center and education programs, and also manages our off-highway motor vehicle program. This budget supports 28 FTE. The total budget is 5.2 million. There's 3.2 million for personal services, 394,600 in contractual services, and 1.5 million in other costs. The next division is our Field Operations Division, which is responsible for law enforcement, guides and outfitters, special permits and revocations. It supports 99 total full-time equivalent employees. The total budget is 13.2 million. 10.3 million are for personnel services, 98,700 for contractual services, and 2.8 million for other costs. Our last division is our Program Support Division. Program support includes divisions like administration, administrative services, information systems or IT, our Property Management Division, and also our Human Resources Division. This supports 53 total FTE. The total budget is 10.6 million. There's 6.3 million in personal services, 412,000 in contractual services, and 3.9 million in other costs. And with that, I'll stand for any questions.
Thank you, Chief. I have no questions. Commissioners, do you have any questions?
I have no questions, but I do have a comment. I just want to say thank you to the director and the department for meeting with us and explaining and answering all of our questions regarding the budget. I really appreciate it, and how clear they were explaining all of the information. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner Clemente. I agree. Any other commissioners?
Chief, would you mind going back to slide 8? So this is just a legacy fund. I was trying to see what the contractual service amount was there.
Are you able to see what I'm sharing?
Yes.
Okay.
Now, contractual services is 1 million.
1 million.
For the Land of Enchantment, were you asking about the overall budget?
No, I was just wondering what's the largest cost there on the contractual services in that Land of Enchantment fund?
So a lot of those are research projects that we do with universities, whether that's, for example, we're looking at YY bullfrogs or species distribution, those kinds of projects. They can also include some habitat work on public and private lands, whether it's playa lakes out in the eastern part of the state or on Forest Service lands, generally thinning forest, those sorts of things to improve habitat for species. So it's the full range of the types of contracts we do. The big ones are usually habitat related.
Okay.
Thank you,
Madam Chair,
Commissioner Fulfer.
I think that's all I had. Thank you.
Madam Vice Chair, if I may, I would just like to say for the record that we did meet with commissioners individually or in small groups. There was no quorum at any of the meetings. So just for clarity, I guess, I want to make sure that's clear.
Director Sloan, I agree. It's nice to have that transparency. I appreciate that. Commissioner Lopez or Commissioner Witt?
Just want to second Commissioner Clemente's comments and gratitude toward the director, Chief Varela, and the other chiefs for breaking down all these budget items for us over the last 2 weeks. And example showing where actual services and other costs of this Land of Enchantment Legacy Fund are going to, broken down into 41 separate projects. I thought that was really very much appreciated. No further comments or questions from me.
Thank you, Commissioner Witt.
I have one more request. Could you step, Chief Varela, could you just step through the slide 8, 9, and 10? I was just wanting to get a number of the employees of each department there.
Commissioner Fulford, sure. So I believe we are on slide number 8 right now, which is the Land of Enchantment Legacy Fund.
So 0 there, then what about slide 9?
Well, so during fiscal year 2027, I believe we will be supporting 8 total employees with the Land Enchantment Legacy Fund and with our GROW money, which is Growth Results and Opportunity Funding.
Those be new employees, or is that?
Commissioner Fulfer, yes, they are new employees. We just brought them on board. I believe we are in the final stages of bringing on all 8 employees at the moment. If they're not already, if not, most of them aren't already on board by now.
And can you give me just an example of kind of what's the name of their department or their job description, or not the description, but just their name titles, job titles?
Mm-hmm.
Mike or
Commissioner
Kirk,
Fulfer, generally speaking, their titles are SGCN biologists, the species of greatest conservation need biologists, and they're going to work on the full range of the 499 species of greatest conservation need that we identified in the SWAP. So we have bird biologists, we have reptile herpetologists, we have mammals, mammal biologists, fish biologists. So there are 4 in the wildlife division and 4 in the fisheries division that will be working on a variety of those species that we've identified as species of greatest conservation need.
Great. Okay. Thank you. Going to go to that next one.
Slide 9.
Yeah, 60. Okay.
So I think this number got a little weird with some of the other positions. I think it's actually 64.5. Because of some of the species of greatest conservation need and how they're broken out. But it's between 60 and 65.
Okay, the fisheries,
Next slide, Paul.
yeah, the slide 10, the fisheries. That one stand about the same.
Yes.
And the IT, 11, I believe. Now,
Information
does
and
this one,
education.
does this include the HR
No.
in this department? No.
No, this is information and education. So it's our public affairs division where we do all of our press stuff, all of our web stuff, all of our education in schools, all of our archery in schools, shooting sports, conservation education, all of that stuff. So that's our sort of like division that connects us all to the rest of the state.
Okay. Slide 12, field operations, I guess.
So about somewhere around 75%, 75 of those 99 are actual in the field officers, and the remaining ones are more administrative. You know, the colonel, the major, the captains, kind of stuff.
Great, okay. I guess there was one more of those program support.
Yep.
Okay, thank you. That's all I have this time.
You're welcome. Any additional
Commissioner-
questions?
Commissioner Lopez or Commissioner Stump?
So can you guys still hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, I'd just like to thank the department, the chiefs, for putting this all together for all of us with the clarity that they did. And I have no questions. I just want to show appreciation and for everyone involved with all of this.
Thank you, Chair Stump. Commissioner Lopez, are you there?
No, I'm here. Again, thank you, Director and staff, for putting the budget together and getting this, addressing our concerns from the last meeting and meeting with us so we could go over a good review. I hope that our fee increase, when it does kick in the next few years, will help stabilize our budget and put us more into the black instead of the red, and that we can consider using that money eventually for the purchase of good property, and eventually maybe to offset the fees that we just approved for the vendors. You know, now that we're going to be charging people, or we have been charging people the fee of buying the license from the department and the offices. So hopefully we can consider those factors in the near future. Well, until the end of 2026. That's all I have.
Thank you, Commissioner Lopez. Chair Stump, would you like us to open up the some questions or comments from anybody that's online? We have 19 people.
Yes, we're at that agenda item now, so please do, Vice Chair Hickey. Thank you for doing this.
Okay. Director or Tristana, I'm not sure. Can you let us know if anyone would like to comment on this portion?
Yeah, Commissioner Hickey,
Of the
this
agenda?
is Wheeler. We have 10 attendees currently. I just put in the chat that they could raise their hand for general comment. We currently have one hand raised. Okay, would you like me to go ahead and prompt them to talk?
Yes, please.
Okay. All right, Mark Matini, you're allowed to talk. You will be given 2 minutes to discuss your topic.
All right. All of you, of course, are great. But I do have to say that I checked on Tuesday to make sure that this meeting was still going to be on tomorrow, and it said it was on the web. I checked again yesterday, luckily, and confirmed it should be today. And it's not optimal to switch the times, so that citizens can't ensure. But other than that, thank you. Fine work, all of you.
Okay, I think that was all he had. Commissioners, I couldn't quite understand him, but we do have one more person's hand raised. Jason, you can go ahead and unmute. Jason? I have asked him to unmute, but he has not done so at this time.
Can you hear me now?
There we go. Yes.
Got it. Sorry. So my question pertains to you guys at the Department of Wildlife as well, or Department of Game and Fish, sorry, as well as the Forest Service. Chief Varela mentioned that your 2026 budget is 58.4 million, and 2/3 of that comes from license sales. I was once a New Mexico resident, born and raised in Las Cruces, and have since moved away about 25 years ago. I contribute a lot to you guys in license sales every year, about $200 in application fees to hardly ever draw a tag. And what I'm getting to and pertaining to is last year, I ran into a big issue with the ATV guys and these organized events where I was helping a buddy, a New Mexico resident, on an elk hunt. And we had 200 off-road vehicles, UTVs, blocking us, not allowing us to hunt, keeping us out of properties and tearing up everything. I know you guys are familiar with everything that's going on in Lincoln with the Rio Penobsco being closed, Aqua Chiquita being closed, Bluff Springs being closed, Wills Canyon being closed. My concern is I'm not going to apply for New Mexico anymore if when I finally get lucky after 25 years of applying and draw a tag, that I'm not able to hunt because of this use of the off-road, the ATVs and the, off-road vehicles. There are numerous Facebook organizations posts where they encourage these. Most of them are out of El Paso for the Lincoln Forest, where you guys are having the issues. They're not even New Mexico residents and are not contributing any revenue to the Department of Wildlife or the Department of Game and Fish. And they're going to end up costing you guys quite a bit in application fees, especially from non-residents and stuff like that. When the word gets out that, you're finally able to draw a tag and can't hunt because you're dealing with these yahoos. So my question is, do you guys have anything in the works to mitigate these UTV clubs and all the stuff that's going on?
Madam Chair, I could take a shot at responding to that. We have recognized that it continues to be an ever increasing issue, especially since COVID and folks looking for something to do. We have been initiating what we call swarms, which are recognizing when folks are going to be out there and trying to have multiple officers in the area, making sure that folks are complying with the rules. So I guess that's sort of the short answer. The longer answer, or another option, is if you can reach out to us when something like that happens, we can try and get an officer there, or at least be aware of what's happening if we're not already aware, and try and address it. But yeah, we recognize it's an issue. I know that the several commissioners have acknowledged it as an issue. And so we're working on ways to address it, but it is a challenge.
Okay.
Thank you, Director Sloan. Wheeler, do we have any other persons who would like to speak?
Commissioner, we have one panelist who wrote a comment in the messages on slide 13 that Chief Farella believes that he can answer. The question was on slide 13, can you break down the $10.6 million budget for each department?
And I believe that was Stephen Santisteban. Thank you.
Madam Chair, so I believe you can see slide 13, which I tried to reshare again. So I can verbally give the amounts of what each division in program support is planning. The plan is for fiscal year 27. You won't be able to see that because it's in one of our Excel spreadsheets, but I'm happy to share that information if you would like.
Please do.
Okay. So for the administration division, it's approximately 1,066,700. For human services, it's 454,600. For our IT department, it's 3,075,400. For our administrative services division, it's 5,190,800. And for our property management division, it's 887,000. And that adds up to the total of 10,674,500.
Director Sloan, did you want to add something?
No, I was just checking the chat to make sure that there wasn't a follow-up question. But thank you.
I echo, yeah. Thank you, Chief Varela. Okay, do we have any other comments?
That's all we have right now. Thank you.
Okay, very good. Well, then in that case, commissioners, this is an action item. Is anybody prepared to make a motion? If not, I can do it. I hereby move to approve the department's fiscal year 2027 operating budget and allow department staff to make technical adjustments and changes necessary to incorporate assessment rate changes provided to the department and other executive agencies after this meeting and prior to the statutory deadline.
I will second that motion.
Thank you, Commissioner Clemente. Director, can we have a roll call vote, please?
Commissioner Witt,
Yes.
Commissioner Lopez,
Yes.
Commissioner Fulfer,
Yes.
Commissioner Clemente,
Yes.
Vice Chair Salazar Hickey,
Yes.
Chair Stump.
Yes.
Motion passes.
Very good. Thank you, Director, Commissioners. Director, we also have on our next agenda item from Chair Stump, general public comments. I don't know if we have any other public comments.
I don't see anyone in the participant list with their hand raised, but we can give them a minute to see if anybody has anything they'd like to add.
Okay, thank you.
So it looks like we don't have any public comment.
Okay, our next agenda item, state game commissioners, commissioner comments. Any commissioners, comments? Okay. I guess we have no comments from the commissioners.
But thank you for the opportunity to have that on the agenda. I appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you, Chair Stump. Mr. Chair, you are awesome. You're hanging in there. I know you have technical issues there, so. Well, I think we're ready to adjourn.
He's just happy he can hear everybody.
Okay. Well, Director, I think we're ready to adjourn. When's our next meeting?
November 7th in Los Alamos.
Okay,
Let me
well,
just double check this, that it's actually the 7th. Pretty sure it is, yeah. November 7th in Los Alamos, I believe, at Florida Lodge.
very good. Like that. All right, well, this meeting is hereby adjourned. Thank you, Commissioners, Director, Department of Game and Fish, and members of the public. Have a good day.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate you, Brad.